Hey guys, Jamie here. I saw a quote today that said, the healthy life, it's not just about losing the weight. It's about losing the mindset and lifestyle that kept you there or got you there, something like that. And this applies to any area of your life. Of course, it applies to weight loss and getting healthy, but it applies to every area of your life. Because I think the thing that most people either are not ready to hear or don't want to hear is that the version of themselves that has their current life circumstances is not the same version of, we are a different version of ourselves, that we are stepping into a different version of ourselves to connect with a different life, to connect with things being different. I think the vast majority of people think, I want this manifestation. Like, I want to manifest this. And they don't think of it as stepping into a new version of themselves. They just want to be exactly who they are right now, but like also have this other thing. But by law, right? By universal law, if you're like living life and that thing isn't a part of your life, then the conclusion you can draw, if there's absolutely no indication that there's movement towards this thing, right? If you've got nothing indicating that you've shifted your energy in some way and this thing is going to happen for you. The reason I throw that caveat out there is because, yeah, there is a delay often with manifestations, right? So often we are anchoring into this more abundant version of our life, but our bank account looks the same, right? Like, so I want to acknowledge that that's a thing, and that is how it looks part of the time. However, what I want to say is, I'm telling you, within 48 hours, something's different. Something has shifted and you're aware of it. And that is confirmation, like, oh, I just activated this new energy in my life. Now, that doesn't mean the manifestation happens that quickly. Sometimes it does. Often when it's something big and different, it doesn't usually just manifest that quickly. Okay, I don't want to get too far down on a tangent talking about the caveat. But the bottom line is, when you are looking around and nothing has changed and nothing is different and there's no indication that you've activated some different energy, like your energy, the way it is, your vibration, the frequency that you're predominantly residing at, right? Your dominant vibration, that's a match for the way your life looks right now. If you want something to be different in your life, that means by definition, right? By universal law, that means your vibration needs to shift, because your current vibration is a match for exactly the way your life is right now. So if you want your life to be different, something's got to change, right? Like, if everything stays the same, everything stays the same. That makes sense, right? And so that quote obviously was specifically talking about health and like someone like on a weight loss journey. But the truth is, it is applicable for someone wanting to step into their next level wealth, right? Next level health, next level wealth. You want to have better relationships. You don't just say, I, like, you don't just, I like, when I make these videos, what happens, in case you're wondering, there's explosions inside of my head, right? There is explosions inside of my head saying, are you sure about that? Is that actually the ultimate truth? Are you spitting the ultimate truth here? Like every time I want to say something definitive, my brain is like, do you know that ultimately to be true? Can you really speak for everyone? Is that absolutely what's for sure going to happen? Like, I don't ever want to be the person that leads you astray. And I am, of course, pulling from my own experiences always and my clients' experiences. And I've coached, I can safely say hundreds, but I think I can also safely say thousands of people at this point, because I've done group coaching for many, many years. And yeah, so I can safely say that I feel I can safely say that I've coached thousands at this point. So I have a lot of experience to pull from when I'm talking about these things. And I'm just trying to think, I think it's important for me at this moment to say, and I've said this before, I've said this in other videos, at least one other video. There is a difference between some one-off, random, fun manifestation where we have zero baggage, we're just playing, we don't have a bunch of, we don't have any trauma, we don't have any experiences, we just have clean energy around it. Those manifestations are the ones that are typically pretty instantaneous. I'm talking same day, if not within 24 hours or within a week or whatever, right? Like depending on what the manifestation is. Then there are the manifestations where it's something you really, really want and you don't have it and you're very aware you don't have it. And maybe often you've tried to get it many times and failed over and over again. So you've got baggage. Your energy isn't clean. There's all sorts of experiences and past experiences, past beliefs, past programming, interfering and getting in the way. A lot of times those tend to be tied to some really core beliefs and core programming that need to shift. And you can't shift that shit instantaneously, right? It takes consistency. It takes focus. It does take effort. And so I do think that it's valuable and necessary to differentiate between, it's like not all manifesting is created equally. Like there are things I'll never forget just this. Some of my most recent manifestations that like really stand out were, again, just thinking about literally not even trying to, right? Not even trying to manifest this. Thinking to myself, I wonder how my old boss from corporate, my senior VP of the company, and I worked alongside him for quite some time, and he retired after I left to homeschool my son. And I just thought to myself, gosh, it's been so long. I wonder how he's doing, right? And then literally, I can't remember how many hours it was, but it was definitely less than a day. And I mean, I, I, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at tracking this stuff. It happens, I experience it, and then it's just like, I don't know why my brain is like this. I just don't hold on to details. So forgive me, but I'm pretty sure it was just hours later. After 3 years of not speaking to him, I swear it was the same day that I thought to myself, I wonder how Greg is doing. I hope he's doing well. And there was a message from him in LinkedIn, which I'm never on and I don't check and I just got an email saying, you have a message from Greg. And I'm like, what? Oh my God. Like, I literally was just thinking about him. I had zero baggage, zero attachment. It was just like my energy, my vibration was high enough. It was in a place where that could effortlessly manifest almost instantaneously. And then there are things that I've wanted for years. There are certain things that I have wanted for years. And I'm very attached. And there absolutely have been core beliefs I've had to work through. And I haven't effectively manifested them. I think we all have that. Everybody has an Achilles heel, you know, and if someone says they don't, I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know that. I don't know. Maybe Richard Branson, who knows? But that's the thing. Gosh, when I get to Richard Branson's age, I hope I've got pretty damn clean energy. But anyways, that's what I'm just trying to say here. So not to get too off topic here, but the reason I was making this video was because I just want to remind you guys, okay, those sort of instantaneous manifestations that we just have super clean energy and, there's nothing in the way, right? It's just a matter of activating the desire. We're kind of like, we're already there. It's almost like someone who's like really fit and they're like, I'm going to run a 5K, right? Like someone who's super fit probably can pretty effortlessly run a 5K successfully, right? Like they're like, I want to run a 5K and, you know, and it's like, I don't know, a month later, they just run a 5K, you know, it's like, check, they checked it off the list, you know, like that's a manifestation. So there are times when you're already there. Your energy is already in a good place. You just haven't had the desire and you haven't activated it. Then you have the desire and then it just manifests because you're already there. You don't really have any work to do after that. But for these bigger things where you do have some emotional baggage, you do already have experiences, and often those experiences have been like failures. Yeah, there's some, you know, some crap in the way that needs to be cleaned up in order for, you know, one of my old mentors used to say, it's kind of like a runway, and a plane needs a clean runway in order to take off. It's like the plane taking off is you connecting with and receiving your manifestation. Well, your plane can't successfully take off. It can't pick up speed and roll down the runway and then take off when there's a bunch of debris in the way. And so you got to clear out the debris, aka clean up your energy, before you can have that successful takeoff. Okay. And that's what I'm saying when I'm saying if nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, that debris is still on the runway and you can't take off. That's what I'm saying. And so, but I don't know that, I just feel like not many people are there. Not many people are manifesting something and then inherently know or realize, oh, like I need to be different. Like I am literally a different version of myself when I have this thing. What is different? What is different? Identifying what is different is the key, because then you step into those differences. You embrace them, you embody them. And so back to the quote, it says something like your healthy life is more than just losing the weight. It's losing the mindset and the lifestyle that kept you there. That's exactly right. Losing the mindset and losing the lifestyle, aka your actions, your habits, your mindset, aka your beliefs, your programming. And so that's an important part of this journey, is identifying what's different about me when I have this money. What's different about me when I've lost this weight? What's different about me when I've found my soulmate? What's different about me when I have had this success that I want to have? What's different about me when I've achieved this big dream, desire, or goal? One of the exercises you can do is just imagining, like, okay, I've done it. I have done it. And you can ask yourself, how did I do it? You could ask that. You can also just say, who am I? What does that look like? What does my day look like? How do I think differently as that version of myself? What do I do differently? That's why, as frustrated as I can get, I've lost over 20 pounds, and it's been very slow and steady. And in the past, I could sort of lose the weight that I wanted to lose very swiftly, but through extreme deprivation and like extreme low calorie diets, etc. And then the weight always ended up coming back. And so this time around, I was like, I am looking for the opposite of a quick and easy approach. I want long-term, lifelong, permanent results. And the first thing that included was losing the weight in a way that was sustainable, that felt good to me, and wasn't something that I was like desperate to be done with, to like get back to the way things were. Because that's how it always was when I lost the weight in the past. It was extreme deprivation. And then I literally got to my breaking point where it was like, well, I guess I'm done losing weight because I can't stand this anymore. Flood my system back with all the foods that I've been missing, that I've wanted to eat in the quantities that I used to eat. And the weight would just come flying back on within 3 to 6 months. Usually because I'd do pretty good at watching what I was eating. Do pretty good at moderation until I didn't, until I got too stressed out, until I was too tired, until there was too much going on, when I said fuck it, and then I just went and ate whatever the fuck I want, and the weight just flew back on. Now I understand a little bit more about how our body works and how my body was literally primed to cling on to that food once I finally gave it to it. And so I was literally set up to fail, and I didn't even realize it at the time. But anyways, the point I was getting at was, this time around, it's been a lifestyle shift, and I've been very intentional about healing my relationship with food. and adopting lifestyle changes that are not short term. They are not temporary. This is who I am being as a healthier version of myself moving forward. And part of that was there are no foods that are off limits. It's about being thoughtful and intentional so that I can have what I want and still maintain a healthy weight. It's being thoughtful. It's planning ahead. It's knowing, like, listen, if I want that chocolate cake, I can have that chocolate cake. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to eat very intentionally and thoughtfully earlier in the day. So I have a little bit of, I've got more room for indulgence, and I'm going to eat a smaller portion. I'm still going to get the cake, but I can make it fit. I can make it fit in my plan. And I don't need to go overboard, right? But absolutely, I am stepping into a different version of myself. The version of myself that has achieved her natural weight and is maintaining it effortlessly. That version of me doesn't binge on like radically unhealthy, calorically dense foods, right? That version of me is effortlessly getting over 10,000 steps a day, rain or shine. That version of me does not turn to food, does not emotionally eat in times of stress. That version of me says, why am I reaching for food right now? What is the void I am trying to fill? What do I not want to feel? That version of me cares about the emotions that are coming up and cares so much about my body, this sacred vessel, that I stop myself and I go, what do I really want right now? What do I think the food is going to give me? And I'm just not under the illusion that the solution is food, right? There's so much more, there's been so many changes. And the truth is, as much as I think I started to say this like 8 minutes ago, and then I totally went off on a tangent. The truth is, oh, and now I've lost it. What was I going to say? The truth is that, welcome to my brain. Hello, brain. Ugh. Listen, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, right? Like, I could just be wildly frustrated with myself and my brain right now. But I'm too proud of myself because it's the end of the night. I could be in bed right now, but I was inspired to talk about this. So I came and I'm making a video anyways. The truth is that on the one hand, am so impatient and want to lose the weight as quickly as possible. But on the other hand, I am completely aware of how valuable it is to give myself space and time to step into these lifestyle changes. That is the thing I've tried to say 2 times now. Woohoo! See, when we just love ourselves, when we don't make it the problem, when we don't say, I wish I weren't like this, and we just say, oh, I guess this is the case in this moment, and it's fine, and I love myself no matter what. It just opens our energy up to still be able to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. Brilliant. I love it. Amazing. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to say today. Did you know that? Are you aware? I think there's also this is a separate video, and actually I have made a video on it sort of before, but there are I've been in this position, people who resist, they self-sabotage because they're afraid of who they have, like who they will become in the process. And they are afraid about their life changing. They want this thing, but they are terrified about what that means about their life being different. There are absolutely people out there, and I have been in this position before, who literally self-sabotage their manifestations because as much as they want that manifestation, they don't know what their life looks like once they have that manifestation, and that freaks them the fuck out. So then they're just like, actually, put it in reverse. I'm cool. I'm slightly dissatisfied, but at least my life is predictable and comfortable. I am uncomfortable, but at least it's predictable, which is comfortable. And so I am slightly dissatisfied. I don't really like a lot of things going on in my life, but it feels safer to be slightly dissatisfied and slightly uncomfortable, but in a predictable environment, than reaching for what I deeply desire and then having no fucking clue what that life looks like, what falls away, what gets taken from me, or what I lose. It's the fear of loss. It's the fear of losing something, and that being wildly uncomfortable. Usually it has to do with relationships. Like the fear of certain people no longer being a part of your life. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. I hope you guys are having, I am not even gonna lie. I'm dropping my resistance around long videos because, well, this is long for me. I always intend to give you guys 10-minute videos. My intention, and when I hit that, and between the 15 and 20-minute mark is ideal in my brain. That's what I'd like. And I just keep producing practically 30-minute videos, and I'm just like baffled by this, but I'm just trusting that it's exactly what you need, and whoever needs these videos and whoever's a match for my energy is appreciating the length of the videos. That's all I can hold on to. I am trusting the process. I refuse to succumb to the gremlins that are like, what the fuck's your problem? Make your video shorter. And all the other things. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Remember, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to live and love your life on purpose.